Alright, good. So, me and Liam have been talking about this. I was planning to do a video about this when we just start talking about it, because this is a very important lesson. This whistle, you make a new dinglini right there, or new net. But we're doing a lesson about stupid drivers and not to be one. We're pretty much talking about driving laws, right?
Yeah, because some people because one thing is so important that people don't know because people may put drugs in your drinks, kids, and you'll have to ask your parents if they do have drugs or they don't.
Hey, but do you hear something? That reminds me. You guys are probably wondering, why do the state law of every state in America say that you should not drink alcohol when you're under 21? Why? Because it's very important, because people people that are minors, which is, you're not a minor when you're 20 or 19, but we're just being overprotective here. Because literally, guys, drugs are horrible for humans in general, unless if you eat or drink too much.
Because
it can affect your brain, which means you're gonna swerve where you're driving and get in a car crash. So, guys, just make sure not to drink and drive at the same time, right? Because it's very important.
Also, buckle your seatbelt.
Yep, and guys, we're gonna be talking about seatbelts now. When you're 18, there's a specific law in Pennsylvania. And guys, if you guys live in Pennsylvania, you need to note this down. Because when you're 18, there's a specific law saying that you can be 18 and not be buckled unless if you're in the back seat of a vehicle. And guys, why? Here's the reason. Because if you're in the front seat and you're not buckled when you're 18, that's a hazard for you. You know why, Goose? Because what if an accident occurs? You could go flying out the window and cause your death.
I need to say something.
What?
So, kids, this may be some weird. So, if you're older and you're sitting in the front seat of a car, any vehicle, buckle your seatbelt.
Yeah, and just remember, this video is for every person in the world. You can be 89 and be watching this right now. And so adults, remember, you may be 18 or older than 18, but you must buckle yourself when you're in the front seat. You know why, Goose? Because how is it less dangerous when you're in the back?
I actually sat in the front seat a couple times.
Yeah, and why is it dangerous why is it less dangerous if you're not buckled in the back seat as an 18-year-old or older? Here's the reason.
Yeah.
Here's the reason, because when you're doing that, the seat that is in front of you can protect you from the impact of a vehicle accident. How? Because it's a cushiony, sometimes soft cushion wall that can really protect you and from dying or getting hurt. You can still get hurt a little bit, but not traumatically, like when you're in the front seat not buckled up as an 18-year-old or anyone else. Right, good. So just remember that. And me and Liam were talking about how there could be some stupid drivers speeding on this road and see that stop sign right there, not stopping when they see it. Right? That's just a point. So we talk.
So, I was thinking that if anybody on the train drivers, what if, because kids,
Anyone.
If you ever seen stuff back in the day, you may want to hear this. There was this train back in the day that had 12 wheels on it, and also it was a killer train.
Yeah. It had 12 wheels, so it was a lot.
Too many wheels. So you don't want to get in front of that train because you're dying to your death.
Yep. And here is something else. So we are people that really take the law seriously, right?
Yeah.
Why wouldn't we? I know you guys are going to say in the comments of this video, you're such nerds. You like following the law. It's so stupid. Because no, it is not stupid. Because what do you rather keep our life safe or not keep our life safe? We obviously pick to keep our life safe, right?
Yeah, because you know what?
Huh?
Everyone all over the world is like, oh, yeah, we don't need to keep ourselves safe. We can do whatever we want.
Yeah.
No,
You can't, Goose. That's because here's the thing. We don't even have to tell you to not do the law correctly or not. You know why, Goose? Because have you ever heard the thing called law enforcement? They will pull you over if they see you not following the law, obviously.
Everybody, everyone that's watching this video, I want to tell you this, that you're like everyone else's father that doesn't know how to drive properly. Tell their son to drive the same way to get into an accident.
Yeah, because that's called a bad influence, right?
Yeah.
And because bad influences can be bad. Because what if your dad is a drunkie or something like us to drink alcohol a lot and get drunk? Because that's a bad influence. Because someday, what if your mom is dead? And because your dad is the only one alive, but he's a drunkie driver. And he will be the one teaching you how to drive when you're 16 or whenever you want to drive. He will tell you to do it because when he's helping you drive and he'll still be drunk and stuff, he can make you swerve around and get into a crash. So just please be careful in your life, right?
Don't listen to your dad if he says to do that stuff.
Yeah, right, or anyone. Because anyone in this world can be successful or not successful. And some people that aren't successful are drunk drivers or bad influence people.
Guys, Brady.
Huh.
What's our channel gonna be?
I don't know. Because anyways, goes. If you run a red light by accident, it's okay. It's an accident. But if a cop sees that, you are going to get pulled over, because doing that is against the law, obviously, right?
Yeah.
And because
You want to get pulled over, guys?
I would probably guess you guys are raising your hand, no. Because, I don't want to get pulled over, even though I like cops. Right, Goose? And because you guys probably don't want to get pulled over, too. So, because just follow the law and nothing like that will happen. If you keep not following the law, they're going to keep giving you warning after warning after warning, then they're going to finally give you a ticket. And if you do more bad stuff like that, then like flee from the police, they're going to arrest you.
Yeah, they're going to take you to jail. They're going to take you to prison.
Yeah, and because if your prison is when like you do very bad stuff, because we're gonna explain that to you now. When you get pulled over by a cop, I have some advice for you. Me and Liam both have advice for you. If you get pulled over by a cop, stay calm, right? Because if it's like your first time getting pulled over, we can agree that we'll get nervous, right?
Yeah, because you know what, Brady?
What?
Me and Dad, when we were heading to Trail Life, we got pulled over by a cop.
Yeah.
For real.
Yeah.
A cop pulled us over because our headlight was out.
Oh yeah. And because that actually similar happened to us. Because one time me and Baby Alyssa were coming back from late night fishing during, it was like 1 a.m. in the morning.
Let's go to Whistle.
And because everyone can get pulled over in life and stuff like that.
Let me tell this to.
I gotta say one more thing. So here's some advice if it's your first time getting pulled over. Alright? So stay calm, obviously, because you don't want the cop to like say some scary stuff and you'll get even more scared and panicky and stuff like that. So when you do it, you're gonna say, "Hello, officer," when he asks, "How's your day?" When he asks, "How's your day?" you gotta say, "It's doing fine," or just be honest and say it's doing bad or good or something like that, Goose, right? Be honest. That's always the best thing. You know what to say. Honestly, it's the best policy. Not to be nerdy or anything, but still, you know what I mean. And when he asks you, "Do you you know why I pulled you over today?" you gotta say no. Absolutely do not admit to speeding or anything that wrong. Because if you do that, the cop will agree to at least maybe give you a ticket. Right, Goose? So don't do that, because if you don't want to get a ticket, right? Because you don't want to pay. Because sometimes cops like to give you tickets that are like expensive to pay, right?
Yeah. Here, let me tell something to everyone that's gonna listen. You're gonna be pulled over for the rest of your life.
Yep, you know, and because because everyone that drives is somehow someday gonna get a talk with the cop, right? So this may be actually a little scary, but like Liam said, you're always gonna get pulled over by a cop someday, sometime when you're driving, right? Because it's gonna happen, whether you like it or not. And please don't get mad at me for saying this, and don't call it a lie, because me and Liam don't lie to our fans like this, right?
No, we don't.
Yeah, we would never do that, because we're telling you the honest opinion and honest truth at the same time.
Yeah, we are true. Because you know why? Kids, you do.
Right? Or anyone.
Anyone. So, you
Sorry, I keep saying kids.
want to be pulled over. Because if you get pulled over and you lie to a cop, they are going to say, and if you're speeding and you say you're not, they just might charge you more. They might,
Yep.
Oh, the dingling!
Well, no, not yet. Let's just clip this stuff. Because anyways, keep talking about this.
And then when it's done with the dingling,
Yep. Here is some pro tips. If you have an electric scooter or some little vehicle like a bike or a scooter, you don't think that you can get away with stuff like running over a stop sign. Don't think that, right? Because if you do that and a cop sees you, don't think you're not going to get pulled over, because bikes and scooters aren't really considered real vehicles. You are still going to get pulled over if a cop sees you do that. You know why, Goose?
Wait, guys.
Because it's more dangerous to get in a bike accident or a motorcycle accident or a scooter accident than it is to get in a car accident. Why? Well, it's pretty simple. You're out in the open riding something like that, and sometimes people do it without any protection, like me. Right, Goose? You guys may find that a little, you guys might find out a little dangerous, but I know what I'm doing, right? And I know how the law works too. So I might get pulled over sometime by doing it, by riding a bike or a scooter or motorcycle or some vehicle in this world, like a car, truck, because it's okay. It will barely happen, because you know why, guys? Me and Liam know how to respect the law. Well, Liam, say what you're gonna say now.
So, everyone, even if you're speeding on any vehicle, a skateboard, a bike, a scooter, or a car, you are still getting pulled over by a cop, no matter what.
Yeah, because here is where some stuff can get a little scary. So, not like very scary, because in some occasions, if you're driving close to a military base and you don't follow the law, hate to break it to you guys, but you could get pulled over by a military sergeant. And guys, don't be scared though. It may be scary because how armored they are, walking with big rifles and guns, unlike regular policemen sometimes. They will still treat you like what a cop would, because military or military are actually considered law enforcement still, like cops and stuff like that, right, Goose? So don't be that scared, or just try not to be scared at all when you get pulled over by a military sergeant, because they are much like cops. They have guns, they have radios, sometimes they have body cameras, and that's what cops do. Similarities, right, Goose? Only the bigger guns, rifles, and stuff like that, Goose. So let me know what you guys think about this video in the comment section below, and I'll see you in the next video.
Wait, everybody?
Oh, let me know some other
One
things.
more thing. Don't speed
Yep.
on your bikes.
And just don't be a stupid driver, right?
Yeah.
And I'll see you in the
Camera.
yep. And I'll see you in the next video. Bye, guys. Because let us know if you want. Maybe, but let us know if you want us to do another similarity video like this, and we'll do it, right? So, see you soon, bye, guys.